right, so for part 3, we're going to talk about capital. So in terms of capital, what we're really talking about are skills here. And so in life, we can think about how our outcomes are sometimes, oftentimes, influenced by our skills. But just like your choices, your skills are also constrained and enabled by our social structures. So sociologists like to think about skills in terms of capital. Skills are your marketable assets. So the first type is called human capital. This means the training and skills that make individuals more productive and valuable to employers. So these are things that you can think about in terms of like things that you learn at school, things that you learn on a job experience, things that you learn at an internship. These are really your skills that you could write down on your resume. You learn how to use this computer program. You know how to code. You're learning nursing skills. You're learning math skills, and especially for certain types of jobs, you need these skills to be able to get in the door. The second type of capital is called social capital. So this means the information, knowledge of people or things, and connections that help individuals enter, gain power in, or otherwise leverage social networks. So you can think about this in terms of like who you know. And this concept was actually introduced back in chapter 5 because social capital is all about who you know and how they connect you to others. And remember, the more weak ties you have, the more social capital you have, because you have ties to those networks that are outside of your own networks. You can make more connections that way. And so those loose connections to many types of networks are really valuable to you. But also keep in mind, the more densely embedded your networks are, these are the folks who are really going to look out for you, who are going to, like in a neighborhood, they're going to look out, they're going to get your mail when you're out of town so that nobody steals your mail. And this is why I make cookies for my neighbors at Christmas, is because it helps them get to know me and my family, and they get to know us. And so the more likely, the more connected you are to your neighbors there, the more likely you are to share trust. The third type of capital is called cultural capital, and this this term was coined by Bourdieu. And cultural capital means the symbolic elements, which can be things like skills, tastes, posture, clothing, material belongings, credentials that you acquire by belonging to a particular social class. And these things can be embodied, objectified, or institutionalized. And rather than me talking about them here, you are going to watch a 5-minute video from a group called Sociology Live, because it's a really very visual video explaining cultural capital. So go ahead and watch that, and then move on to lecture part 4.